Good morning, faculty, staff, friends, and almost graduates. I'm honored to start my day bright and early, celebrating with you all. Thank you to all the parents that woke up at 5 a.m. to make sure everyone got here on time and pretty. But especially thank you for everything you did in the last 4 years to get us to this moment. We couldn't have done it without you. Wow, college went by fast. The last 4 years feel like a blur of camping out in the PCL during finals, struggling through quest assignments, gorging on queso, and dealing with the emotional roller coaster we call Texas football. So many of us went through a pre-med phase. Props to those who are actually going to med school in the next year. We made our first college friends in our freshman interest group, or Women in Natural Sciences, or TIP, or honors program, and some of those friends stuck with us until the end. We've suffered through countless classes and massive Welch lecture halls. By the way, I'm convinced the younger classes aren't real CNS students because they haven't experienced all the glories and eccentricities of the OG Welch Hall like we did. We've endured the eternal Speedway construction and the brick crisis of 2018. We survived losing our first Bevo, but we also had the joy of watching baby Bevo get his horns. I don't know about you, but whenever I look at the tower, my heart swells with a deep desire to make Bevo proud of me. Looking at all of my fellow graduates, I'm sure that he would be very proud of us today. UT has also provided us with phenomenal teachers that pushed us into better thinkers, problem solvers, and people. At this point, you're probably expecting me to tell you that the whole world is our oyster, that our UT degree will open any door we want, and that we can accomplish any goal we can think of. Nope. We're about to fail so much, and we need to figure out how to get comfortable with failure. UT students are pretty bad at failing. Never failing in high school is why we were accepted into the best college at the best university. The times we have failed resulted in life crises and major meltdowns. We can't process failures because we don't view ourselves as people who can fail. That mindset made our first college failures even harder to swallow. The first test I ever failed was my first calculus midterm in the fall of my freshman year. I got a 69, and I remember staring at the grade on Canvas, convinced that it was a mistake. Maybe it was supposed to be a 96. Maybe part of my test got lost, and the TA thought I didn't answer all of the questions. Unsurprisingly, it was not a mistake. I had failed the test. Somehow, young Calli didn't freak out, but instead had an epiphany. This doesn't matter. Somehow, I knew that it wouldn't matter in a week, or a month, or a semester, and definitely not in a year. I managed to earn a B in that class, and I was really proud of myself. And guess what? It has never mattered one bit that I failed that test. I'm sure you all have similar failures that you can now confidently say didn't matter. Q dropping OChem, not getting accepted into an honors program, receiving endless internship rejection emails, none of that matters anymore. And it didn't even matter in the moment. Clearly, everything worked out in the end because we were all sitting here in this auditorium about to receive our degrees. But we wasted so much time freaking out. As the wise Newt Scamander said, my philosophy is that worrying means you suffer twice. For the non-millennials in the audience, Newt is a Harry Potter character, but his advice still holds. Our lives are gonna follow a pretty set pattern. You'll work your ass off for something, you'll fail, you'll freak out, and then time will pass, and you'll have a new opportunity, and the failure won't matter anymore. As we fail more, hopefully the freak out part will get smaller and smaller. After all, the freakouts and the worries don't change the future. They only take away your joy in the present. I certainly have grown in that respect during my time on the 40 acres. During my freshman year, I applied for a summer research fellowship through my freshman research initiative stream. It was the perfect setup. I needed a paid job so I can live in Austin over the summer, and I needed to start getting research experience if I wanted to go to graduate school. I got so excited about this opportunity that I convinced myself it was the only way to accomplish my goals. I was overly confident that I would be selected, but I wasn't. When I got the rejection email, I sobbed in the SAC. I freaked out and told my friends that this was a sign that I wasn't supposed to be a scientist. Plot twist, I wasn't supposed to be a scientist, but not because of that failure. There are a million other labs at UT, and I ended up working in one later that year. That lab was an integral part of my college career, but I never would have joined it if I hadn't been rejected from my FRI lab first. I look back at poor freshman Calli having a public meltdown, and I want to laugh at her, but I also want to give her a hug and tell her it was going to be okay and that it doesn't matter as much as I think it does. Life is full of lost opportunities, rich experiences, missed connections, failures, and successes. You can't get too hung up on one because you'll miss the next one. The opportunity in front of you is not your only chance at success. Things only matter as much as you decide they do. If you want that job rejection to be the end of the world, it will be. If you want a failed romantic relationship to destroy you, it will. But you don't have to choose that approach. Instead, you can feel all of your feelings of sadness and disappointment and frustration, and then you can move on. Apply to more jobs, take more chances, meet more people. That failure won't matter soon enough, and it only defines you if you let it. The world is full of the most beautiful people and experiences, and no matter where you go or what you do, you'll get a taste of it. We are all going to do incredible things, because after all, what starts here changes the world, but we aren't going to change it on our first try. We will fail and fail again and fail again. But each chance is not your last. There is something even better waiting around the corner. You might be wondering why I talked about failure so much during a graduation ceremony. The message I want you to take away is that there is going to be failure ahead of us. There's no way around that. But it is not the end of the world, and everything is going to be okay. It'll probably work out better than you ever could have imagined. So don't let a few setbacks ruin your joy in the present or steal your hope for the future. Thank you, UT, for challenging us, growing us, and for connecting us with wonderful mentors and friends. But most of all, thank you for showing us that failure along the way won't inhibit our success in the end. Fellow graduates, congratulations on this amazing accomplishment. I can't wait to see your upcoming failures and the success that they lead you to.